friends, it's total body time. I'm Cheryl Berkey. This is Cheryl Berkey on demand. We're gonna get going, so let's warm up. Kicking forward, we'll do our soldier walks to start. You'll see I have a set of weights. Maybe you'll have a set or two. You need at least one set for this. And I have water and I have a towel. Those are things I recommend for the workout today. Definitely the weights, definitely the water. Here we are kicking. We're doing soldier walks. We're doing a nice gentle stretch for the back of the leg. So just keeping a nice soft knee and standing nice and tall. I'm just touching my knee as I kick up. I'm not trying to touch my toe. I'm not trying to round my back. I round my back enough so I don't need to do it during the workout. All right, team, let's squat next. So proper squat form, take just a regular, natural step apart. So I'm stepped wider than my knees, or wider than my hips, and you might find that you're right underneath your hips, and wherever is fine. We are just warming up the legs. So pushing the booty back, making sure the knees don't come in front of the toes. And this is starting to get our heart rates up. So if you're feeling that, you are right. Large muscle groups use more of the heart and the lungs. Get the blood pumping. All right, team, let's step to where we have space in front of us. We're gonna do walkouts. So walk out to a plank, hold for a couple seconds, come back up to standing. When I do my forward fold, I'm bending my knees as much as I want to. So there's no rules there. The rule is to not lock your knees out, but maybe you're here, so a little bit straighter leg, and you can feel that good stretch in the back of the leg. If that's you, that's great. Or maybe you're doing a little bit more of a squat to get down into that plank, and that's fine too. Couple more of these. Last one here. We're gonna take it from a plank into hands and knees for bird dog. So alternating leg and hand reach out. So just take it nice and easy like this. We wanna make sure we're reaching in opposite directions rather than reaching up. So reaching up, that's gonna arch your back. And we don't want to arch your back. We want to find that neutral spine and reach towards opposite walls. And when we take out our limbs, you want to pause because this is where we engage the abs. Let's go a couple more here, team. So total body workout today. We will have blocks of work today. So we're gonna start with a lower body block, move into a cardio block, upper body block, and that cardio block is gonna keep repeating after each strength block. This is my last one here. I'm gonna get some water. Join me, please, get some water. Okay, so we're gonna get into the lower body block. We have 3 movements. We'll do each for 3 minutes. That's not right. We'll do each for 1 minute. It'll be 3 minutes of work. We will have rest between. So the first thing we're gonna do is a forward lunge. So stepping forward and pushing back to your starting point. If you wanna hold weight for this, please hold weight. I'm not gonna hold weight. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is a minute. Come into that lunge, bend your knee as much as what's comfortable for you. I can go pretty low, maybe you're more shallow, and whatever works for you is what's best for you. Whatever doesn't cause pain is what's best for you. So I come into that lunge, my chest is up, right? It's easy when we bend the legs to maybe kind of collapse here, but we want to stay tall here. Find that balance, push back. If this hurts your knees at all, you're taking it into a reverse lunge. So we're finding what doesn't cause us pain. But everyone else, since we rarely do the forward lunge, we're doing a forward lunge today. The nice thing is as we go through the list, the cardio portions repeat, but this lower body block will not repeat. A lot of variety today. All right, team, that is a minute. Next up, we're gonna do an isometric squat hold with a tap out. So that looks like this, isometric squat, where we come down and hold. Then we tap and tap, okay? It's gonna burn those legs. What I want is if that tapping is hard for you, just hold the squat down, okay? So let's go in 3, 2, 1. We hold the squat down, we tap out. So what's not happening is I'm not putting any weight into that toe. So all my weight stays right here. What I hope also is happening is I'm not bobbing around. So what if I tried to hold a book on my head? Would I drop the book when I add this tap? So that's what you want to be mindful of. Just staying really steady, keeping that chest up. Again, if this tapping isn't for you, you're just holding the squat down. Remember, our booties are pushing back. So even though we're adding this movement, we want to make sure we're not bringing the knees forward. That would be easy to do. Keep that weight right here, central. Tapping out, 7 seconds. 4, feel my abs engage for this one. 2, and rest. Okay, team. Next up, a deadlift. So that stiff-legged deadlift, grabbing weight, hinging at the hips. We go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hinge, and as you come up, you push your feet through the floor. Your back is flat. The first movement here that you should think about is a hinge at the hips. It's easy to think about how do I get the weight down? That's not what we want. It's a hinge at the hips, whether you're holding weight or you're not holding weight. Pushing the chest forward. And now when I'm hinged forward, I feel a good stretch in the back of my legs there. Then I drive up through the floor. I'm pushing my heels into the floor as I come up. Team, we've got about 20 more seconds here. 15 seconds here. Really feeling that stretch in the back of the legs. Engaging the back of the body. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, team. That's our 3 minutes of our lower body block. Now we're going to do cardio. Now these next 3 cardio movements, we keep repeating every time it's time for cardio. So here they are. Squat to a knee raise. So that looks like this, squat, knee, option to hold weight here if you want. That's going to make it more intense. Second movement, mountain climbers. We come into a plank position, drive the knee forward. If you don't want to bounce like that, pulling the knee in is fine. Third movement is burpees. So I like a nice, slow, controlled burpee, which looks like this, where we jump back, we stick a lovely plank, jump forward, jump up, option to just step all of those jumps, okay? So 30 seconds each movement in 3, 2, 1, here we go. I was having that moment of, do I hold the stopwatch? Do I put the stopwatch down? I'm holding it, and we're all doing squat to a knee. Again, adding intensity with weight on this one if you want intensity. So it's 30 seconds per movement here with a little bit of time to transition. 4, 3, 2, 1. We want to keep the heart rate up. So right into those mountain climbers go. So that was about 3 seconds to transition. Inhale, exhale, team. Keep running those knees up. Keep your position, shoulders over wrists. 4, 3, 2, 1. Team, it's burpee time. Let's do it. What's your plank look like when you jump back into a plank? Are you maintaining good form? Or are you arching your back and losing your plank? Less than 10. 4. I'm gonna do one more. Okay, team. Take a breather. We'll rest. We're gonna gear up for an upper body block. Woo! I got the heart rate up. We did it. All right. First thing on the upper body block, push up to shoulder tap. So you do one push up, you touch opposite shoulder. You do one push up, you touch the other shoulder. If you want to just do push-ups, please do. If you want to do them on your knees, please do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. Hopefully during that rest, you caught your breath, you drank some water. If you need a longer rest, please take it. Push-ups for a minute, team. We're back to that minute of work. I'm breathing as I come up. I'm breathing, exhaling as I push the floor away. I'm trying not to tip too much in my plank to touch my shoulder. So pay attention to yourself and try to not rock around too much when you lift your hand off the floor. You've got 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh goodness, okay. Bent over rows are next. So we're gonna revisit that hinging at the hip motion that we did for deadlifts. So holding 2 weights, hinge at the hips, and we row. We go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So pulling the weight up, using our back to pull the weight, squeezing shoulder blades together as we pull the weight. My knees are softly bent. I'm hinged at the hips, my back is flat. My face is looking down, not forward. The difference? Yes, do you see the difference? Now, my feet are about hip width apart or sometimes staggered like this, helps me to maintain my torso, my strong torso, not arching my back, not rounding my back. 15 seconds to go. So pick the foot placement that best supports your body, and that might change. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, kneeling overhead press is next. So we come to a kneeling position with our weight. Nice strong core here, and we do an overhead press. In 3, 2, 1, begin. So when I press, my biceps come right by my ears. Strong press up. What I'm not doing is letting my torso move around at all. So my torso wants to move around. I can feel that happening. But I'm holding my belly in strong, not sucking my belly in. I'm bracing. And that's providing me stability in the core as I move through this overhead press. Option here, when you start fatiguing and losing good form, is to alternate the arms or grabbing a smaller weight. That could even be one here If you don't have smaller dumbbells to go to, it's 1 dumbbell, 2 hands, 7 seconds. Form, take a break, team. Form is always the most important thing, and then the weight we add comes next. So if you can't maintain good form with the weight you're lifting, you need to change the weight to get back to the good form. Okay, it's cardio time. We know what we're doing. Squat to knee raise. This is 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Knee, again, holding weight. If you want it to be more intense. We want that heart rate to come up. So if you're feeling that, that's good. I know sometimes it feels like we want to fight that feeling. It's uncomfortable. Don't fight it, let it happen. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Mountain climbers are next. In 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Running, making sure our shoulders are over our wrists. Adjusting when necessary. Hips in line with shoulders. Knee drives forward. That toe does not drag the floor. Less than 10. 5. And rest. Whew, okay, it's burpee time. We do burpees, team. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, stepping instead of jumping. Over halfway. Now we've got 10. Come on, team. Come on, team. Last one. Woo. Woo. My heart rate's up. Okay. We're going into a core block. Core is next. We start in a plank. For 1 minute, we're going to be in a plank, and our feet are going to tap out, tap together. Out, together, out, together. Not kicking your wall, hopefully. Whew. This is your time to get water. This is your time to catch your breath. You're going to get into this core block in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, plank, set it up. Shoulders over wrists, booty in line with those shoulders. And if we've mastered that plank, we add a step out. Step out, step together. When we step out, we want to make sure we're not losing our good plank form. Are you able to step out without any rotation? We want to feel these abs here, team. So do that bracing with the abs, not sucking them in. 20 seconds. How do you tighten them? Okay, 15 seconds, check your form. Shoulders in line with hips, shoulders over wrists. What's your form like? 5 seconds, we're breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Next up, to your back, we're doing dead bugs. A favorite ab exercise of mine. You're gonna feel your abs here. And if you don't, and you feel your back, make some adjustments. So, dead bugs, legs in tabletop, knees over hips, shins parallel. We take all opposite leg and hand to the floor while keeping our low back on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Here we go, team. So, I said your low back should not feel this exercise. If it is, you're not taking your leg as low. So see how I'm kicking more up diagonally rather than taking it to the floor? That's your option. Do you have control of what your torso is doing? When you extend your limbs, can you keep that back on the floor? No backs should be popping up off the floor here. When you're extending, can you pause, exhale, come back to center? That's going to turn those abs on even more. You want to feel your abs. 15 seconds, keeping legs in tabletop position. Even when the other leg goes to the floor, this leg maintains. 5 seconds now. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, feeling those abs. One last ab exercise here for 1 minute. It's a dual press crunch. That means pressing in both directions. You have the option to lift your head or keep your head on the floor. Lifting your head, it looks like this with my hands pressing into the thighs for 3, 2, 1, release. Or keeping head on the floor, it looks the same, except my head's on the floor. 3, 2, 1, begin. So I'm pressing into my thighs, and my thighs are pressing back into my hands, and then I release. I press, 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 and then I release. You can really feel those abs turn on when you add that pressure. If you are straining your neck at all to do this, put your head on the floor and leave it there. There's no reason that you need your head up for this exercise. You will feel it, I promise, if you just stay right here, head on the floor. You feel it because you're doing the action of pressing in both directions, okay? So keep that action, keep that breathing, and you will feel those abs. 15 seconds. Almost there, 10. Can you feel the abs? You want to press for 3. You want to hold that pressure. I want to see that pressure. And rest. That's a minute. That was awesome. All right, friends. You guessed it. It's cardio time. So, squat to knee, mountain climbers, burpees, 30 seconds each. Then we're going to go back. We're going to do an upper body block, cardio block, lower body block. Then we'll be finished. So we kind of built a pyramid where core is at the top. Squat to knee in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm a person that likes to know what's about to happen. If you're a person like that, there's the information for you. It's always nice to know what's about to happen, I think. 15 seconds here, then we do mountain climbers. I'm a planner, they say. This is 5, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, mountain climbers, here we go. Keeping that heart rate up, let's run. Here we go. Getting that heart rate up, team. We're over halfway through the mountain climbers. Give me 6 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Burpee time. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Come on, team. We've got 15 seconds. We've got 10 now. 8. And rest. Good. They do it every time. Get that heart rate up in that minute and a half. Me too, me too. Okay. Upper body. We're doing a minute of renegade rows. I'm not going quite yet, team. Please take a second here, get some water, catch your breath. Renegade rows. You make a plank over a weight. You row one side, then you row the other. Plank is important here. So think about good plank form while you're doing this exercise. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Start off with a great plank over that weight. Grab it with one hand, row, switch sides. Can you row without too much rotation or none at all? Make sure feet are wide. Look at my feet, they're wider than my hips. That's creating a strong base of support so that I don't rotate when I pull my weight up. Breathing, 30 seconds. I hope you're breathing. Are you putting your weight down gently without making a sound? That matters. I know I'm on carpet, but being in control of that weight and not letting it control you matters. So, putting it down, not making a sound. 3, 2, 1. All right, team. Next up, back to a kneeling position. Kneeling, strong core. We're gonna do biceps 2 ways. We're gonna do biceps, palms face up. We rotate around, hammer curl. Okay, a minute, we're gonna alternate between the two for the minute. In 3, 2, 1, begin. We're kneeling, right? So our core is super strong. Taking out any momentum. I actually started with a little bit of movement in my torso. This is a hard one. It's just different, right? I'm used to doing bicep curls standing. I know how to stabilize my body in that position. So changing it up changes the way I work. Are you noticing that for yourself? I have to think about it. Really stabilizing, because we don't want to use our backs to do a bicep curl. We want to use our biceps. You'll see people using their backs when they're arching. Or momentum, right? We don't want to use momentum when we do a bicep curl. So no swinging of the weight. I'm pulling it up, I'm placing it down. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Woo-wee, those biceps. Team, third movement here, last upper body movement, is a plank push-up. In a plank, you're gonna come from high plank to low plank, and then back up. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So, when I'm low, I make sure my plank is great. I push up to a high plank, I make sure my plank is great. Then I switch arms. I wanna make sure I'm alternating which arm pushes me up and down so that each arm is working. We want each arm to work. We don't want to favor our strong side, although that makes things easier, doesn't it? Check in with yourself. We're halfway here. What are your planks looking like when you're down and when you're up? Are you breathing when you're down and when you're up? 20 seconds left. I can feel my abs, I can feel my shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, team, we have made it to the last cardio block. 30 seconds of the next 3 exercises. Starting with squat to knee. We'll do cardio, we'll do lower body, we'll be finished. Squat to knee in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We want that heart rate to elevate. Maybe now, last time we do cardio, you're grabbing weight for this one because you know what it's like. And maybe you can take a little bit more. 8 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. To the floor. Mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. These 30-second blocks of cardio for me are really manageable. Like I feel like it doesn't get too crazy intense for me. I like these. 4, 3, 2, 1. time for burpees. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. Like, I don't want to be so out of breath I can't recover. I want to just have that nice elevation and heart rate. 10 seconds, team. Make a good plank every time you jump back. 5. One more. Rest. Phew. One more little break here. Get water. Okay. A lower body block. So please hold weight for this next exercise if you feel like you want to. Isn't that always the case? If you feel like you want to, please do. We're doing a curtsy with a hold. So I'm gonna curtsy here, hold for a couple counts, then come up. And then just alternate sides, making sure you hold. When you hold, you're gonna light up that glute even more than when we move through it kind of at a 1 count. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we hold for 3, 2, 1, I would suggest. So if you want to stay pace with me, please do. When I'm coming to standing, I'm pushing my foot into the floor. I'm pushing down into the floor. So do that motion. Think about that, create that tension. Hold. We want to feel the glutes here. We want to stay tall on the chest. We want to be sure that our hips don't open when we're curtsying. My hips point forward, my leg crosses back. Now I'm pushing my foot into the floor. You've got to think about it every single time. 10 seconds. We're tall still, yes? 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, I wrote it down, so we're gonna do it. Wall sit is next. I find these challenging. Grab a wall, here we go. Come into a wall sit position. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. You're gonna make sure your knees are above your ankles. Your thighs, I'm forgetting the names of body parts. Your thighs are parallel with the floor. Now I'm actively pushing my feet in. Again, it's that same motion we did on the curtsies. You've got to actively be there pressing. That's going to really light those quads. Now really pressing the heel, you're going to get those hamstrings. I want to see your backs against the wall. We're halfway there. Now I don't want to see any of this. We're not resting down. Our legs are strong. We're pressing legs in. Can you slow your breathing to help you to the end? That shallow breathing kind of creates a panic. But we're just doing a wall sit. It's no big deal. You've got about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, team. Whew. Kick your booty. That's a nice active stretch for the quads. Last movement of the workout is a lateral lunge. So we're getting that stretch now on the inner thigh of our straight leg. If you want weight for this, now would be the time to grab it, because we go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're bending this leg. This leg stays straight. I'm feeling a great stretch in the inner thigh there. This one gets that inner thigh working, gets the glute working again. Now the idea here is to sink your booty back. So I'm not getting low because I'm bending. Not this, I'm getting low because I'm bending my knee, not bending at the waist. I'm tall here and I'm maintaining that posture. You have 30 seconds. Feeling that stretch in the inner thigh every time. Connect with your body here. 15. 8. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, total body, a little bit of cardio, done and done. Thank you so much again for coming. I will see you next time.